So, hi guys, it's me, TK. I'm here with my friends Jared and Charla and Winston, and they're all having dinner. I'm talking to you guys. So my new video isn't up yet on YouTube because I haven't filmed it yet. I had kind of a rough weekend, and so it's just not done yet, whatever. But when I do get it done, it's going to be very much about meditation and using the cards to meditate. It's going to be fun. This is very distracting, by the way. I have I'm talking to this camera, and then this one is on a delay, and so it's really weird. You can't fix it. No. Okay, but I need to see if there are comments. Oh. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take a few deep breaths to center and ground myself. Because before I can do a tarot reading, I need to be centered and grounded. And I hope you guys have your cards out. I am using the Golden Tarot by Cat Black, and I will tag that in the comments. The Golden Tarot. So now that I'm calm and centered, we're going to do a reading. And I'm only going to use the Major Arcana, because we've been through that. So while I'm shuffling, I'm going to think of a question. And that question is going to be related to something going on in my life that I'm unsure of, that I want more information about, that's been bothering me, really any sort of thing. And you can even do a kind of a general reading, like, what's my life about right now? And that's the kind of thing that you can do. I'm going to do two readings. They're going to be simple. The first one's going to be a past, present, future. And the other one is going to be a Celtic cross for my friend Jared, who is eating nachos right in my face while I'm hungry.
This is a taco.
Oh, taco. Mm-hmm. So, my first question is going to be about my future, past, present, future, and I want to know if I am going to be happy with the results of my current endeavors. I'm going to flip 3 cards. And I flip them out like this. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. Hopefully this will show up right. Rotate my phone. So that was dizzying. But those were the cards I drew. In the past, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune obviously is about cycles and kind of bad luck. And I feel like that's true. I've had kind of a run of bad luck in my life recently. Not that there haven't been good things, because there are. This is really interesting because at present I am the Fool, which I feel very deeply at the moment. But I am starting a new journey. So that's cool. And guys, I figured out how to make the cards read correctly. And in my future, this is a great card. I got the Empress, which is, yes, my efforts will be fruitful and bountiful. And so I'm really, really, really excited for that. That's a really great read. Really, really, really. And now, if Jared will join me, I'm going to show you how I do a reading for someone else. So, Jared, is there anything on your mind? Let's see. Oh, you're not.
I can think of a couple things.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah, I can think of a couple things for you. But we're going to go with positivity tonight, and we're going to meditate on some things that are hopefully very good.
Absolutely.
But it also depends on what the cards say. I cannot make the cards say stuff they don't say. Okay.
I'm not trying to make any more sense of this.
Because last time I did your tarot, you like literally screamed and ran from the table.
That was the time before last.
Okay, get your question in mind. It helps to build up rapport, by the way, with the person that you're doing the tarot for. If you don't know them very well, if this is kind of like a cold reading, just ask them how they are. Is there anything on your mind? Is anything bugging you today? So, Jared, when you have a question in mind, you can tell me. You don't have to tell me.
Okay.
And then cut the deck.
Okay.
And then leave them on the table. Don't drop them.
Okay.
Great. So for Jared, I'm going to do a Celtic Cross. And it's going to get a little dizzying again because I'm going to have to flip the camera around. So the first card I'm going to lay is going to be the question basically is going to be the basis of the question. And then I'm going to lay another card across that. And that's going to be what is in the path of the querent. Then I go one above that and one below that. And then one to the left of the question, one to the right of the question. This is a basic Celtic Cross. I'm going to try to flip it around so that you guys can see what I've done here. So this is the question. I have to stand up. This is the question. This is what is in the querent's path. This is an underlying issue in the question, the surrounding energies. This is the recent past. This is the recent future. This is the recent future. This is the very near future. And then this is the best outcome we can hope for given what we have. And then for Jared, I'm going to draw another card because he needs another card.
Oh, sweet. Thanks. You should watch her all the time.
Oh, Jared, you're so sweet. So what we have here is, it's a question of injustice.
Whoa.
It's a question he's asking about, did you want to share your question?
Should I share it now or when you're done?
You can share it whenever you want. It's totally up to you. You know how I roll.
All right.
Or you don't have to share it at all.
Well, the way I'm going to phrase it is going to be general.
Okay.
Because it has a deep meaning for me.
Right.
Whereas it may be interpreted many ways. Will the people come together?
Will the people come together? Okay, so that question is based on some recent injustice, I suppose. And the problem getting in the way of these energies is the Hierophant, the rule of law, it's a spiritual matter. There's a problem with people upholding the letter of their spiritual obligations.
Okay. Well, I feel like you're trying to explain something to me.
Yeah, what this card means.
Yeah, okay. And in that, my question is general. It really is about the people.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is a question of, like I said, the Hierophant is about the rule of law, or a rule of spiritual law.
The rule of spiritual law. Okay, that makes sense. So there's spiritual differences amongst us all.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
And
so the rule of law might be standing in the way of the spirit of the law.
Okay.
In the recent past, we have the Fool in reverse. That means starting a journey on the wrong foot. What in the world?
Oh, this is a friend of mine.
Okay.
Texting in to our feedback phone. Hey, EJ.
Our journey kind of started off on the wrong foot here. And then in the near future, the Empress is still a great card to get.
Hold on,
even
back to
if she's in.
So is it upside down
reverse.
Fool? I'm sorry, I gotta ask.
Yes.
What is it upside down? Why is it an upside down Fool? What is that?
What does that mean?
For me, yeah.
It just means in the recent past you started out on a path like maybe on the wrong foot.
Okay. Does it maybe mean? I don't know. Does it mean?
But you're the Fool.
Well, of course.
I think it means that in the recent past, you or someone else in your life has been, because the major arcana usually represent people.
Yeah.
Or they very much can. The Fool usually does. Someone has set out on a new path.
I've set out on a new path.
But on the wrong foot.
I've often played the Fool, so I know what that feels like.
Yes, but it can also mean that you're being very impulsive or reckless.
Oh,
it's very interesting.
It's nice.
And then, but in the near future, you have the Empress card, which is, like I said, it's a good thing to get, even if it's in reverse. And I'm going to use my cheat book. Here's another thing. Most decks that you buy these days will have a little book with them, like this, and it'll give you definitions for the cards. There are a couple of other websites I like, and I'll link them in the comments. BettyTarot.com and Keen.com that will help you learn some of this stuff. I know that's how I learned a lot of it. But use these books. Even if your querent is sitting right here next to you, it's okay to pick it up and look at it. So the Empress is...
So I got the Fool and the Empress too?
Yeah.
Didn't you just have a reading where those two appeared?
Yeah, but there are only 22 cards in the deck, so...
No, okay.
Odds are.
Very odds. Odds are. In a lot of different flavors, but not so many.
Yeah. So this means that you might lose something through neglect or inaction in the future.
Okay.
But you don't have to. Like this.
Right.
Yeah.
These are telling signs in some way of what may come. Mm-hmm. This is almost like we're looking at something so that I can get a bearing on where I'm at.
Yeah. Now, the underlying basis for this situation, and you're going to love this, is the Tower. and you can see that in the tower, king has been dethroned from heaven, or from his seat by the heavens. And it speaks of sudden catastrophe, sudden unforeseeable catastrophe, unforeseeable change in circumstance.
Okay.
And that's the underlying basis.
What does this represent again in this direction?
This is the underlying basis for everything that's going on with this question.
Will the people come together?
Will the people come together? Well, there's been this major catastrophe.
Yeah.
I don't feel like
I don't know. Where that come from?
I don't know.
Something must have happened really recently that was really catastrophe.
You know, it's funny because I just read the cards. They show up like this. But it's a way to meditate on it. But sometimes they kind of scream in your face a little bit.
So, wait a minute again. So, directions, what do they mean? Going that way and this way and this way? I've forgotten at this point.
Okay.
Going this way is what?
Okay, so to the left, so in the center is your question.
Yes.
And the obstacles in your path.
Okay.
And then to the left of that is the recent past. And to the right of it is the near future.
Okay.
And then the way I remember the other two is as above, so below.
Right.
So the below card is the underlying influences.
Okay.
And then the above card is, in this case, the best possible outcome you can hope for, given the situation. The way it's written here. And I'm looking it up because it's not... you got the moon.
Here it is.
In reverse. Now, the moon generally
What's that mean?
Speaks to Jared. I don't know if I want you on my channel anymore. I only have 2 viewers.
2 viewers. You're not supposed to say that out loud. I'm not helping you. All right. Okay,
so generally when it's upright, the moon means that which is spiritual and hidden and mystical and feminine. And in reverse, it means lies and deceit and secrets. Which is why I'm going to flip you one more card.
Run to your houses and lock your doors.
I'm going to flip you one more card. Just to end this on a positive.
Is that possible?
I'm going to flip you 3 more cards.
10 more cards.
There we go.
Yes. You just keep going until it gets better. That is part of the lesson here. That's part of the deal.
So I went ahead and I
Okay, so chaos and torment followed by
the way you see yourself being an emperor recently dethroned.
Again with the emperor thing? Yeah, that's
not my fault.
No. That's a population in the question.
And then you have your home, which is the Hermit in reverse, which means you need to be less isolated. Then in your hopes and fears, you have this hope of this great, beautiful epiphany in a better world because you, Jared, are one of the most hopeful people I know.
Thank you.
And this is the most hopeful card in the deck, is the Star. You can see it's just such a beautiful card. There's no bad way to have this card. And then the major outcome to this is that there will be major transformation.
Yes. I like that.
So will the people come together? I don't know, but there will be major transformation, and you hope for the best because you are a hopeful person.
Right, and all of this that happens in the now this makes complete and total sense to the question that I asked.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear it all the time, but I'm always surprised a little bit.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense, because I'm like, one of these days they're gonna be like, nope, and walk away. Sometimes people do that a little bit, and then they call me a week later, and they were like, you were right.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing.
Well.
But I know I didn't advertise this one. You guys catch it later. Catch it later on my Facebook. Like and share. And catch me on YouTube. TK Tarot. I'm going to post this. And I'm going to post another more meditative version of this video as well. For those of you who like the ambient music. And the tapping on the cards and stuff like that. And thanks so much for tuning in. Those of you who did. And I will see you next week.